Hey there, this is Alan Brocken. Now that my kids are grown up, they say I'm the cool dad everybody talks about. But if you're like me, I can attest that did not happen every day. Not every day I was a cool dad. A lot of days I didn't even have a word for them because just work and everything, I was wiped out. And it was tough on the whole family. Well, now that they're out of the house and I got a little more time to myself, I'm here sharing my daily dad word with you to give you a few words that you can use to connect with your family. So take out your handy dandy notebook to jot down things that are top of mind in your work brain so you can free up some headspace for your family. So let's get started with today's dad word. It's practice. I'll be sharing my thoughts on practice, including a joke or two. So let's get started. Now, as a parent, it's really important. They tell you at the airport when you're on an airplane, they say, get your oxygen mask on before helping others. So before we get into the family time, I want to take a minute to take a deep breath in, out through your nose, deep breath in, out through your nose. And I want you to keep doing that throughout the show. The breathing is a key to this because it's going to help clean out some bad brain chemicals. It's going to give you focus and it's going to help you, bring your attention back to your family. So while you're breathing, I want you to just take a minute and make sure you're keeping God's word top of mind. This week's memory verse is Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, Romans 3:23. Again, it's for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, Romans 3:23. And the word sin is really originally was this archery term about missing the mark. And one way we prevent ourselves from missing the mark is practice doing the right thing. And I hate to say this, one of the things you got to do, practice, is you got to breathe. Are you still breathing? And it's an important practice because it's going to just help you have more focus and better connection with your family. But you might also need to practice just laying some things down, right? You probably have something top of mind from work, or maybe there's a friend thing going on, maybe something in your extended family. Take some time with your notebook and write those things down, right? And just say, I'll get back to that later. I know it's right there. I put a pin in it. And if you need to, just pause this for just a minute or two and deal with that, and then come back and we'll keep the show going. Well, I hope you're ready for today's great word from Napoleon in 1816. He said, in order to have good soldiers, nations must always be at war. I had a tough time with this one at first. I mean, my bonus dad sends me all kinds of stuff that sometimes I'm not quite sure where it fits, but I thought about this for a minute, and I gotta say, sometimes fatherhood feels like a battle, a constant one even. If you're in the middle of a battle, the difference between a civilian and a soldier's is that soldiers have specific skills they've been taught and that they practice doing on a regular basis. It's all about the drill and the practice that makes the difference. And so, as I think about this, and I think about hitting the mark, everything kind of came into clarity around this particular thing because we are kind of at war. There's society, there's people, there's all kinds of stuff that's kind of against your family working as it is, whether it's a bad economy or just the challenges of life that you can feel like you're at war all the time. And so we need to practice doing the right things. When I had 3 kids under the age of 3, there were weeks where it was a battle. Like, it was so hard between the diaper rash and play dates. There wasn't much room for practicing much of anything. But as I look at it, every day was a battle where the target I was aiming for was raising well-adjusted children. And I had to practice patience. I had to practice grace. I had to practice mercy on a minute by minute basis. So how about you? What are you practicing? Are you having a tough time getting over just the chaos around you, and you need to talk it out? You need some help figuring out, what should I be practicing to be a better father, be a better husband? Well, why don't you join us on Facebook in the Daily Dad Words discussion group? There's a link in the description, and we're happy to talk it out with you. Are you still breathing? Well, is there anything else that comes to mind? Do you need another pause to write some things down? Maybe write some things down about what you ought to be practicing. But, take a moment if you need it. Otherwise, let's just talk about today's good word, which comes from Flint, Michigan. And I know, at least for me, Flint's famous for its bad water. You might have heard about that. There are a lot of contaminated water. Gitali Rao decided that she was going to make a difference with that. When she was in 7th grade, after seeing the struggle that the water contamination was causing for everyone, she invented a device that tests for lead in drinking water. Her device, called Tethys, is a portable and inexpensive, and has an accompanying app that analyzes the result. She won a $25,000 prize in the 2017 Discovery Educational 3M Young Scientist Challenge, and has been continuing her work on the device to make it accessible for the people of Flint and anywhere where the water might not be of good quality. You can learn more about her story at the link in the description. Do you know an inspiring kid with a great attitude, solving big problems and helping others? Use the contact form at dailydadword.com to tell us about it, so we can feature your story and help promote, the cause that matters to them. Are you still breathing? Maybe the breathing's not enough. Maybe you just need a good full belly laugh. So why don't we try some jokes? We're talking about practice today. So why can't you practice archery in the African savannah? Too many cheetahs. No? Okay. How about this one? Why was Cinderella so bad at practicing archery? Her coach was a pumpkin. All right. Well, that's fine. It's your turn. You come up with a practice related pun, funny story, or just maybe an anecdote to share with your family. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Dad Word. If you're looking for some inspiration for your family time, check us out at dailydadword.com/dailydadword. There's a link in the bio. I have a number of resources there to plant a seed for a lifetime relationship with your family, including a link to the Daily Dad Word Discussions Facebook group. If you found this focus time useful, click like and subscribe to be notified about the next day's show. Right now, I encourage you to just take another 5-10 minutes with your notebook and make sure you've emptied out as many troubles and things that are going to get in the way of your family. Empty out your headspace of all this other stuff so you can engage more fully with your family. See you later.